Condors, it's Brooke, and today I'm back to talk to you a little bit about the School of Media and Design at Conestoga. I'm in the Bachelor of Design program in my third year, and I just wanted to talk today a little bit about the facilities that are available to students in the School of Media and Design. So these are mainly programs such as the Graphic Design Diploma, Bachelor of Design, and Design Foundations. So mainly the design students are what have these facilities. The media students do have their own facilities that I cannot tell you about or really have a reason to access, to be honest. But they have their own facilities, and the facilities at Conestoga are truly amazing. They're pretty brand new, so they've got some stuff going for them. They look really, really good, and I know that I utilize these spaces a lot in my program, whether it's just spaces to hang out, spaces to work, spaces to do whatever. They are some really, really great locations. So specific to Bachelor of Design, we first have our studio rooms. So for Bachelor of Design, there are two. There are also two for Graphic Design. They look a little bit different, but what you're seeing right now is just the ones for Bachelor of Design. And what we have there are just desks for everyone, as well as light tables. So they're two separate studio rooms. The cool thing about one of the studio rooms is that's the room for the first years, and the first years do also get their own little set of drawers, their own desks. They can decorate however they want. However, for the second, third, and fourth years, you no longer get those drawers, you no longer get to decorate your desks, and it's pretty much a shared space. So first years definitely get like the best of the best when it comes to that. I'm really not sure why we don't get it second, third, fourth year. I wish we did, because we still have the same amount of stuff. But for first year, that's really cool how you get your own desk, your own space, you can decorate it up. It's like literally your own little desk at work. The rooms are all locked with a fob. So I'll actually go get mine. So this here is a little fob that you get at the beginning of the year. You rent it out, you have to give it back at the end of each year, and it allows you access into any of the rooms. So you have to just tap it on the door and it'll let you in. So that means that all your stuff in there is pretty secure. No one can really get in unless they have one of these. So it's not a big free space for all students, only design students can get in. So yeah, the big rooms are like a really, really nice workspace. They're also available to us 24/7, which means that when we do have projects there late at night, we can do them there. There are also printers in there, which most of the time work. I mean, it's a printer, but they are great for printing your projects on there. It does save you a lot of money from going to places like Staples or M&T Printing at the college. It does make it a little bit cheaper for us. Additionally to this, in the room we also have these big monitors, which I'm sure you see. Those are not computers, they are monitors to hook up our laptops. So we have our MacBooks, which are mandatory to get for our program, and they hook up to the computers, like the big screens, and then so you can have like a dual screen thing going on at once, which is really helpful when you're working on projects. The graphic design students, I believe, do have Mac computers in there. It's not mandatory for them to have their own laptops, I believe. I'm pretty sure a lot of them do, but it's not mandatory, I don't think. So they do have the full computers in there with all the software on it. We also do have to pay for our software separately, which is something to note for my computer. So I do have an Adobe student plan, which I do have to pay for every single month separately. It's, I believe, like 30 something US dollars, so around like $50-ish Canadian is what it turns out to be. Moving on though to 2C12, I did talk about this in a video I did a while ago about my favorite places to study at Conestoga. This is also a room that has a fob to it. Any student from any of the 3 design programs can use this room. There are MacBook computers on the desks in there. There is also like a great big work area. There's light tables in there as well. It's a really great area to work if there are classes going on in your specific studio. So you can go in there any time of day and just work on stuff, and there's normally space available. Across the hallway from this is actually our photography studio. So there are 2 separate photography studios. There's a wall dividing them in between. The wall does like open and close, but I believe they keep it closed all the time now. So there's 2 different groups of students that can be working on photography stuff at once. They're completely set up photography studios. So there's tons of lighting. There's like backdrops. It's really, really nice in there. And there's a lot of stuff you can do with that equipment for projects or just like personal stuff you can also do if you want to. You do have to rent out the studio for the specific time, so you're not kind of like butting heads with anyone as to who can use it, but you can rent it out, and it's a really, really great space to work in. I've taken photography courses in my program, and we used them all the time. They're really, really great spaces. I did also have to buy a camera for my program. That is another necessary piece of equipment that you do need. One thing about the design programs is that they are extremely expensive. First year I spent over $20,000 between like domestic Canadian student tuition and just like the design kit, my MacBook, you need a MacBook Pro, and a Nikon DSLR. That's a lot of money, so just be prepared for something like that, but honestly, most of the stuff we definitely use. The camera, the laptop, I use all the time. Stuff like the design kit was very useful in first year, and we did use probably about half the stuff in that kit. So, but yeah, the Conestoga design area is really, really well done, honestly. The equipment and that in there is really, really useful, and I found I've used it a lot, and it's just a really, really great space to work. There's always some place to go and some place to work and some space for you to kind of get done what you need to do within the design area of Conestoga. So that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out and told you a little bit more about the School of Media and Design at Conestoga. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.